Hello. Recently I've been seeing quite a lot of people using Layla on Classic and performing badly because of not knowing what emblem, build, or how her kit works. So this is an in-depth guide on how to use Layla. Since we're on the topic of guides, I will also be posting guides on all the other heroes because I for some reason have the motivation to do so. Now before we start, these are the pros and cons of Layla generally as a hero. Beginner-friendly hero. She has a simple skill set, long attack range, and high damage output without requiring complex mechanics or positioning. Cons. No mobility. Very squishy in all stages of the game. Reliant on items and levels, and last team reliant. Passive and skills. Passive. Malefic Gun. Layla's passive allows her to deal more damage if an enemy or creep is further away. Hence why Layla should always be in the backline and never frontline during team fights. Not only do you give yourself to the enemy on a silver platter, you also have less damage. This does not apply to turrets. Skill 1. Malefic Bomb. Layla fires a supposedly bomb in the target direction, and this deals physical damage to the enemy. After hitting the enemy, she gets extra range for a few seconds before returning back to normal. Her range for her second skill also expands. You also get extra movement speed if you directly hit an enemy hero with this skill. And take note this skill can crit, and this simple detail can boost your early game gameplay. Skill 2. Void Projectile. Layla fires an orb at target enemy that deals physical damage and applies a magic mark on the enemy hit for a few seconds. The range of this skill expands when the first skill is used to hit enemy or minion. This skill can trigger extra damage and a stun that lasts just about the time it took for Moontun to realize Nana is very annoying and OP. That's right, it never happened. Ultimate. Destruction Rush. Layla blasts a long-looking lightsaber thing at target direction that deals physical damage. The range of Layla's second skill and overall range increases each time this skill is upgraded. The ultimate also takes a bit of time to actually be activated, so with the right timing you can actually steal a lord or turtle with this. Bonus tip. After each upgrade of the ultimate, you will actually be able to hit turrets from outside the range, making her a pretty good split pusher if there's no minions. Battle spells. There are mainly two battle spells that Layla mains usually use, and one that I added myself. Flicker. Because Layla doesn't have a dash or anything basically to have more mobility, Flicker is a very good option for escape if needed. The cooldown for this battle spell is 120 seconds, so you might not be able to survive every situation you're put in because of this. 2. Inspire. Some Layla mains do Trinity build on Layla, so Inspire would be a good option if you're doing attack speed build. Though I personally don't recommend this, it's still pretty solid. 3. Purify. A spell that I haven't seen any Layla mains use for her, but a spell that I think would be useful to her. As Layla is very vulnerable to CC, having Purify on would be a pretty good call. The cooldown for this battle spell is 90 seconds, 30 seconds lesser than Flicker. It can save you from heroes like Eudora or Saber, and the cooldown is shorter, though it's not highly recommended. Emblem and build. Emblem. Obviously the Marksman emblem works best for Layla to give you more damage, attack speed, and lifesteal. But Assassin emblem is also good if you're going with Penetrate build. Now the talents really depend on what build you're using. Crit. Personally I recommend using crit since a lot of Layla's attacks are basic attacks, but I will also give an emblem for Trinity. There's only like one change though. Crit. For the first talent, I recommend selecting Fatal for that extra crit rate and crit damage. Thrill and Rupture are also pretty solid choices for the aggressive plays. Choose Agility if you want to rotate faster. Firmness if you want to have extra def and more survivability. For the second talent, Weapon Master is the best choice for your build and overall emblem if you want to play more aggressively. Pull Yourself Together if you want your battle spells plus Wind of Nature to have shorter cooldowns. Bargain Hunter if you want your equipment to be cheaper. Master Assassin for landing phase or 1v1s. Tenacity for more survivability. For the last talent, I recommend using Quantum Charge. Her whole kit is based on basic attacks a lot so she's able to heal easily. Killing Spree is decent, but I think better talents exist so it's not highly recommended. Weakness Finder is good if you really want to secure kills. Build. I will give out a category and give you items that will give that effect. I will give you my personal build in the end, but you can make your own. Personal build. Swift Boots is a movement item that provides 40 movement speed and 15% attack speed. But if you encounter a hero like Clint, I suggest to buy Warrior Boots to counter his early advantage. And the first core build you should buy is not Hossclaw or Windtalker. It should be Berserker Fury since his first skill can crit. It will be perfect build for Layla in early game because she is rely on her skill in early game. Also, you can deal insane amount of damage on your enemy by simply hit your enemy using her first. For second build, use Hossclaw for sustainability. On third build is the crucial part you should remember to maximize her potential if your level are around 8 or 9. I suggest to build Windtalker to give you more movement speed and ability to clear minion wave faster. But if your enemy jungler is Assassin, I suggest to build Magic Blade to avoid being burst. Once you reach the level 10 to 11, this is the perfect time to build Malefic Gun to maximize its passive since Layla gained her maximum range in level 12, and this is the part of game where Layla is the queen. For his other build, I suggest to use it to counter your enemy like Sea Halberd for your enemy who has massive heal or shield, Wind of Nature to avoid being pick off by enemies Assassin or Immortality. And if you think there is no threat on you, you're free to build Blade of Despair for extra damage or Great Dragon Spear for more critical and movement speed and Corrosion Sight for extra slow and attack speed. And that is it. I hope you found something useful in this guide, and even if you don't use Layla and are just here for fun, I hope you enjoyed watching. For more guides on other heroes coming out soon, and if you have any hero in your mind you want to choose, you're free to comment it, and it will be our next hero to analyze. and let's maximize your potential.